Okay, so I'm going to do a video with two different Aleister the Envoker decks. One of them is with Magician Girls and Alexis and her Master of Fusion. Well, I don't know why I'm using Master of Fusion. I didn't mean to do that. And one with Jaden and the Elementsabers. So first up, we have the Alexis deck with... Let's start over here with Silent Magician Lv8, Mahad, 3 Invokers, one of them's Glossy, which is awesome. 3 Chocolate Magician Girls. We got Silent Magician, only one though. Not a very good idea, to be honest. 3 Berry Magician Girls, a Dreamsprite, 1 Kiwi, 2 Invocation, 1 being Glossy, 2 Cosmic Cyclones, 2 Walladees, 2 Invoked Earth, 3 Cocytus, and Caliga, whatever his name is. So the idea is both these decks will not have Concentrating Current, instead they'll have like tech cards, kind of. So for example, this one is Dreamsprite, Silent Magicians, and Mahad. Mahad kind of just fits with the Magician Girls. It's not really a tech card. None of them are tech cards, technically. They're replacements for Concentrating Current. I'm purposefully not using Concentrating Current in these two decks, and I want to see which one is better. Either in Elementsabers without Concentrating Current, or Magician Girls without Concentrating Current. I also do not have that fire, Invoked Fire. So I'll throw it in a new box. So I don't have gems, so I'm not using real money right now on that. So that is also not in the deck. So yeah, let's find out which one's better.
It's time to duel!
Arcana? Sure, whatever. I'll go in second. He's got his cool dual quest things and Trick Up the Sleeve. Trick Up the Sleeves will not allow a special summon on turn 1, and it is his turn, so he cannot special summon, which is no problem. He just sets a bunch of cards. I throw out Magician Girl, throw Magician Girl in the graveyard in order to draw a card, attack into Vindictive Magician, which destroys me due to its effect. I have Berry in my hand, he sets a card. I throw Berry down to bring a Magician Girl to my hand. I bring my 3rd Chocolate Magician Girl in my hand. I have 2 Cosmics, I'm ready for that. You can use Navigation, I throw a Cosmic on the Navigation. Big mistake, that was not what I meant to do. Well, it is what I meant to do, but it doesn't negate it, so I don't know why I did it. Rookie mistake. His Magician's Navigation lets him summon 2 level 7 Dark Spellcasters or something. No, 2 Dark Spellcasters from his deck. 1 has to be Dark Magician from your hand. 1 can be from your deck. I'm saying too much. He itemizes his Dark Cavalry, attacks my Berry. I throw out Kiwi. He still hits me for piercing damage. Kiwi gets attacked by Magician, Dark Magician or Walladees. He uses Illusion Magic to tribute his Dark Magician to put 2 Dark Magicians from his graveyard or deck into his hand so that he is not destroyed by battle. I pull Aleister, summon him, get a 2nd Invocation to my hand, use the Invocation, giving Dark Cavalry some attack, summon Invoked Earth off of a card in my graveyard, which was Berry. He Canadias my Invoked Earth. I use Invocation to bring from a graveyard to bring Aleister into my hand, and Invocation shuffle back into the deck. I then use my 2nd Invocation, summon Cocytus with Berry, and not with Berry, with Chocolate. An Invoker, then I attack into his Cavalry with Kiwi, destroying ourselves. Cocytus then attacks directly. He summons Magician Rod, gets some Navigation to his hand. Now I'm caught up to where the duel is. He attacks into my Earth, not remembering what he Canadia'd, I guess. Whatever, I summon Dreamsprite, attack into Rod, then attack into Magician Navigation, which lets him summon Canadia from the grave, Dark Magician, and Dark Magician's Robe, or whatever it's called, Robe. Rod tributes Magician to bring Rod back into the hand from the graveyard, so that he can take a card from his deck. I attack both of his defense monsters and destroy them, one with Dreamsprite, one with Earth. He uses Rod to then bring Dark Magic attack to his hand, which makes no sense because I have no back row or anything. He attacks into Dreamsprite. Dreamsprite switches the attack into Invoked Earth, and he kills himself in this battle. That is why Dreamsprite is one of my favorite cards of all time. Dreamsprite is the best sprite. And then here we go. We got some more duels with these Magician Girls and Aleister the Envoker. We got Dark Siler Carly Carmine against Alexis Road. Carly almost always uses Fortune Ladies, and we're both about to rank down because without Concentrating Current, Invoker decks are not as good as they could be. So I summon Invoker, get a 2nd Invocation to my hand. I then use Invocation to summon Cocytus with Chocolate Magician Girl and Invoker. Then use Invocation's effect to bring Aleister to my hand. Use his effect by accident, actually. Then use the Invocation to summon Earth. Using Invocation in the graveyard to shuffle into the deck and bring Aleister to my hand. I have Dreamsprite in my hand with it. Summon Dreamsprite. Attack into the face down, unfortunately water. Then I attack with Invoker for a 4k attack damage. He doesn't get to do anything. You are dead. And pretty much last, because there's a special duel after this, but not least, is Yugimoto versus Alexis Rhodes. Okay, I got a little special summon Chocolate Magician Girl. Throw second Magician Girl into the graveyard to draw a card. It's Aleister. I cannot summon him because I already did, so I summon him this turn. I have 2 Cosmics in my hand now. I'll get Invocation into my hand from Aleister's effect. Use Invocation on the Chocolate in the graveyard and Aleister to summon Cocytus onto the field. Use Invocation's effect to throw Invocation back in my deck, shuffled, and Aleister into my hand. I attack into the face down. It is the Dolphin from, what's it called? Ritual Beast. Destroy it with Invoker and attack with Chocolate Magician Girl. He summons his other Ritual Beast. Doesn't do anything. I use Invocation again to use it on the second barrier, or the second Chocolate on the field. Summon my second Cocytus. Use Invocation to shuffle Invocation into my deck and bring Aleister into my hand. Whew. Then I summon Dreamsprite, use Invoker on my middle Cocytus, attack, destroyed. That's it. That was a quick duel. La-di-da. This is an extra video that doesn't count between what deck is better. It's a regional qualifiers, duelists that I go against, and I just had to include this because it was awesome. Because the Elementsabers only have 3 videos. This is a 4th for Magician Girls, so it's kind of just like a little bonus video. So, he throws down 2 cards, pulls out the Buster Blader, tuner, brings his fusion card to his hand, sets that fusion card, unless there's something different. I throw out Aleister the Envoker. He DNA surgeries, trading all cards to Dragon type. I get my Invocation. Activate Invocation with Chocolate Magician Girl if it catches up. Oh no, he uses his Swordsman Fusion first. I don't get to invocate immediately. He fuses as I fused. He gets the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman, and I get my Cocytus. I think I've only won once against Buster Blader, so I know this is gonna be a huge problem. I get a red notification like I always do when I record. I activate Invoker to not die from Buster Blader. Summon Magician Girl, gets sent to defense mode. He treacherouses. Cocytus can't be activated by effect. He treacherouses his own monsters and surrenders immediately. So take that, Mr. Regional Qualifiers. Take the Cocytus. So I got it's an Invoker Elementsaber deck. 3 Invokers, 1 Glossy, which is pretty awesome. 2 Molehus, because I don't have 3. 2 Kiteroids instead of Concentrating Current. I do not have Concentrating Current. Elementsaber Lapauila, I don't know how to pronounce that. The light one. Dreamsprite instead of my 3rd Concentrating Current. Nalu, Aina, 2 Invocation. 1 is Glossy. This one right here. So I gotta flex my Invoker glossiness. 1 Cosmic, 3 Palaces of the Elemental Lords, Draining Shield, 2 Walladees, 2 Invoked Earth, 3 Cocytus, and a Caliga, whatever it's called, just in case. And that's it. Oh, and it's running reinforcements with Jaden.
It's time to do.
Okay, first up with the Jaden and his reinforcement skill, which I never use. And the Invoked Elementsaber deck, we have Jesse Anderson. I get to go second and write down if I lose. So this is a big deal. I cannot get out of 19 with these 2 decks. They suck. Without Concentrating Current, they're not good. He sets 3 cards, summons Keyzon. I use Cosmic on the Mittel to banish Dual Wield. I throw down my Palace on the field spell. I get to pull Molehu out of my deck, summon him. He uses Concentrating Current, and so I am destroyed when I attack into him. I have Kiteroid, so I'm not too worried right now. He attacks into me. I use Kiteroid. I do not get any battle damage. I pull a Draining Shield, use Elemental Palace Lord, to pull my second Molehu. Because Molehu is in the graveyard, my other one, I get a little boost there. I use the effect to throw whatever that ice one is, the water one, into the graveyard. Then I cannot use my battle phase because of Molehu's effect. I flipped him down. It's like a Canadia. I keep doing that because I think he's a second dual wield and you need one face-up samurai to use dual wield, so I'm worried about that. So I keep flipping him down, ending my battle phase. I've never really used Molehu, so I forget that it skips my battle phase when I do it, which is a rookie mistake, but I don't really use Elementsabers that much. Anyways, I got Cocytus on the field now, thanks to the Invoker. I have Invoker back in my hand. I attack into Kizan, which is no problem. I attack directly with Molehu. He's got 900 life points left. He flips Xian's Jojo, pulls out United, uses Rebirth, whatever it's called, and he pulls out his Kizan from the graveyard. He does all these things. There's a lot going on. He summons his tuner, and doesn't get to use his Synchronous because he's Kizan's face down. He uses Concentrating Current on his tuner when I attack with a Molehu and Wall of D, so it destroys me. I attack into it with Cocytus, use Invoker to boost it, and kill him. So I kept flipping him down for two reasons: to prevent rituals or synchro summon, and to not let him use dual wield in case he had a second one. So that was that strategy. It was pretty much like I'm probably gonna lose. Let's stall as long as possible to not lose, and it worked. So next up we got Sarah. Sarah is gonna go first. I don't know why I said second because I'm going second. She's got a Blue Eyes Mat. And I have Invoker in my hand. She uses Red Eyes Insight to throw a Wyvern into the graveyard to get a fusion into her hand. Then I'm guessing she activates a fusion, does she? Yes, she activates fusion. Who would have guessed? To throw Amazona Swordswoman and Red Eyes Black Dragon into the graveyard to summon Slash Dragon. But cannot attack as it's her first turn. Throw Palace onto the field, summon Invoker, get Invocation into my hand. I have Molehu and the other light one, so I cannot summon anything interesting. But I noticed there is a certain Earth monster in her graveyard, so I use it to summon Invoked Earth. I do the whole Invocation thing. I attack into Slash Dragon. She uses Retro Dragon and summons it and brings Slash Dragon back, but it cannot boost itself with the Amazona Swordswoman because it's in the grave. It's banished. He then uses Insight to throw his second Black Dragon into the graveyard to get fusion into his hand. Uses Red Eyes Fusion to summon a second Slash Dragon, now with Buster Blader as the warrior material. So we've got two Slash Dragons now. Attacks into Invoker. The Invoked Earth, whatever. I use Wall of D with 3 monsters on the field. That brings him to 600 with a little boost there. And he, whatever, forfeits because they suck. And Red Eyes is not... Well, I don't know why Red Eyes isn't dual level 19. Come on. We know better by now. Next up is a Japanese player using Seto Kaiba from DSOD. If they lose, they're gonna level down. That is a sad, sad thing to see. Especially when your deck sucks because you don't have the cards that you should have. Because you don't have Concentrating Current. I summon Molehu, he has 2 face down, so I attack into it anyways, don't care. At this point, nothing happens. He passes, so I throw another monster on the field. I attack into him directly. He econs my Molehu. I attack with my the ice one. He uses Cosmo Brain. Finally, something happens. He gets Blue Eyes onto the field by destroying his own Cosmo to bring Blue Eyes from the deck. Ice Molehu's effect to flip down that Blue Eyes. Throw Palace onto the field onto my turn. Use Palace to pull a what's it called? Nail? I don't know what his name is. Set him in defense, put my other guy in defense. He flips up his Blue Eyes White Dragon. No problem, attacks into Draining Shield. Draining Shield activates, but he uses Champion's Vigilance to negate that. There's only one in that deck, so I know that can't happen again, which is nice. He destroys my Molehu, which boosts my guy's defense thanks to Palace. I use Palace's effect to pull my second Molehu. And can't do anything, so I don't do anything. He uses his alternate White Dragon effect to destroy my face down, but he cannot attack after doing that. I use Cosmic on his back row, which is a second econ, and he has no more of those. Second econ? Am I saying that right? Was there a first econ? Whatever. He summons Dragon Spirit of White, destroys my Palace. I use Dreamsprite to switch it into my water monster. White uses its effect to kill itself and bring out his other Blue Eyes White Dragon. Glorious White Dragon emerges, destroys my Dreamsprite, my poor sad Dreamsprite. I use Kiteroid to not get any battle damage. Summon Aleister the Envoker. Use its effect to get Invocation from my deck to my hand. Shuffle my deck. Use Invocation to summon the almighty Invoked Magellanica. Invoked Earth, as DK calls it, and I like that name. I use Invocation's effect in the graveyard to unbanish Invoker, and then destroy him. That was it. That's it. That was done. And that's it. Those are the two invoked decks with Elementsabers and Magician Girls. Neither of them are good without concentration. Okay, they're decent, but neither of them have the potential they do if you have Purgatrio and Concentrating Current and the fire monsters that correlate with getting Purgatrio, being Apple Magician Girl and the Elementsaber Fire. I don't know any of their names. But yeah, Elemensabers is definitely better in the long run. I had better luck with Magician Girls, but that is probably due to luck. A lot of KC Cup level 19 is luck. And definitely get Concentrating Current, and don't be like me and not use it. It's just a bad experience. I want to go back to Gravekeepers. Peace.
We get lost, we can get high. Because me gone, I feel alive. Anywhere, anyway, I will love you. We rule the world, just you and I. Just let me down, we walk the line. When all of things go wrong, I'll take a shot for you. Give